The important thing, though, is what is his name?
Welcome to Tuesday night D&D.
What's up?
Gorbesh the Third. Oh wait, yeah, no, he did have a name. He told us what it was. It was just a shriek.
I mean, he could have translated it for you, but no one ever asked.
Well, you see, I mean, it's in the combat tracker. His name is Treasure, and his last name is Goblin.
That's true. That's true.
Who told you my family name?
Uh,
The universe.
That is a fair answer. Am I reading the wrong book? This is not the book. Where's the book I want? Haha! There's the book I want. I was like, those are notes from Friday. I didn't just write these. Dark black for this game. Once more, I just have to mention that I do hate you, Justin. Gonna put that out there.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could be here for you in this time of distress.
All right. Goblin, buddy. Well, so you are just departing the cave. I'm assuming you guys went out the exact way you came in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you start heading out in that direction. While you have the goblin over your shoulder carrying him out, he doesn't seem to like raise an alarm. Just kind of seems to enjoy the ride. Do you want to ask him what his name is?
Got an answer?
I don't know. Anyone want to ask him?
This would be a misfit thing to do, so I'm just waiting on them.
That's what his name is in Goblin, Misfit. Yeah, Misfit would be totally fine calling him by his goblin name.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I would care enough, so I wouldn't.
Totally fair.
I think Serena's in much the same boat.
I don't care.
That's his new surname. Yeah. Perfect. All right, so you guys carry him out the front. You're probably like, I think it was like an hour, maybe like 2 hours away from your cart on foot where Bob had left it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, now here's a good question I'll retroactively ask. What did we do with the horses?
I assume they're tied up with the cart.
Dustin would have helped.
No, I believe I'm not worried about them being tied up with the cart. I'm just curious about the cart that's 2 hours away with horses tied up.
Like, did
I
we
don't-
leave them food and water kind of thing?
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Well, that would be a
Don't worry.
Bob thing.
I will just mention there's no married men in this wood, so you're probably okay.
Then we would have just left them there, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
so
would've
they were probably
trusted-
tied off to like a tree or something.
yeah, I would have trusted Bob to take care of his horses.
Bob just like tied razor blades to Glue's hooves.
Yep. Hey, I don't know any better.
All right. So you got your goblin. You make
Every
it out of
time
the
we
cave.
see Glue, he's just got like another spike added to him.
Glue's been through some shit, man. You don't want to fuck with that horse. He's the leader of the pack now.
Wait, did Misfit just name every horse after everyone in the party?
No, Misfit names everything Misfit. So
Okay.
there's Misfit, who is the player. There's Misfit the bird, who we're actually looking for. There's Misfit the horse, not to be confused with the guild the Misfits.
Yes.
And I think that's about all we have at the moment. But
Which Misfit? And clarification: Misfit did not name the Misfits. That's just a coincidence of naming.
that one was just a coincidence. Although the player did name that one, so haha. Mm,
Misfit not have voice tonight.
nope, just bear mime.
Yeah.
He made too many bad decisions. We had to take away his ability to talk. All right, so as we make it out of the cave, we head back. There's no other things we wanted to do before we left, just to clarify.
He just
Yeah,
wants to get the hell
no.
out of there.
All right. Marius, since you weren't with them when you came, you guys do take a little bit longer. He just doesn't have the ability to move at the pace the rest of you do. But you
Fair.
do make it after, I would say, probably about 2 hours. Roll either a survival check or a history check. Your preference other than Marius, because you wouldn't know what to do for this roll.
Me roll it or
No, you don't need to roll this one. You'll see why in a minute. I gotta roll this too.
Wait. Oh, I'll take survival.
I gotta roll.
Well, apparently you two are in tune tonight.
Mm-hmm.
History for Bob is a 1. Survival's a 4. Go survival. I rolled a 9. Wait, we're missing someone, aren't we? Right? Other than Marius?
you said for me not
No.
to roll.
No, you're good.
No.
Dirge is Bob rolled a 9. Dirge doesn't know the answer to this question. You guys head back, and Bob kind of stops for a second and looks about. You guys have no idea where you parked your cart.
Hmm.
And he just like looks about and like he's dead on certain it should be around here.
No, it was clearly back there.
Wait. Wasn't it here?
If it was here, it would still be here.
Misfit. Roll a perception check for you. You're not in animal form, so you don't get a bonus, but it is for scent. So you're sitting there and you guys are looking around, and Misfit, you just kind of stop for a second and you look down and there's like a fresh pile of horse poop. And you just kind of like, this is pretty fresh. You got to be in the right spot.
Well, we got your axe back, and now someone stole your cart.
We're just not allowed to have nice things, aren't we?
It really is unfortunate.
I look around. Who said that?
Mm-hmm.
Perception check.
Gladly. I'll gladly botch this roll.
Wow.
Everyone?
Nice twins. You both look up, and from the tree, there is a half-naked dwarf. The other half seems to be stuck to this tree in some sort of like green slime or solidified substance. It's hard to tell from this angle. Hanging upside down.
Say, aren't you the dwarf from the cave?
What?
Does it sound like the dwarf from the cave?
Let's find out. Roll an insight check. Or an investigation check, either or. They're both kind of fair.
They're the same roll. Here you go. I'll roll that one. I don't want to know. Is that
That's a natural one.
for me?
Yep.
I'm gonna spend. Oh wait, no, never mind. I don't have sorcery points or spell slots.
Let's spin the
Carry
Benny.
on.
Wrong game. Sorry.
You look up. It looks like they're an older dwarf, but not as old as the one that you helped out. And they're just kind of hanging upside down at the moment. But they are like completely
have any-
naked, devoid of anything.
Do they have? Okay, so they don't have bracers on.
No.
And how did you get up there?
The blood's kind of gone to me head. And he just kind of like looks around. They hit me with this booger. And he just points at this substance. Stupid fat man.
Dustin will start trying to get the dwarf out of the tree. Like he'll
He's
just drop.
decently high up there. Like he's a good 20 feet up this tree.
Yeah, I'm still gonna try.
Roll an athletics check as you climb up.
That's acrobatics, not athletics.
You kind of start to make your way up, and you make it a decent way, but it's tough to do this in your armor.
Mm-hmm.
I need guild members to make a history check.
Let's see if it's going to be a good night tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Hold on,
It's apparently just one of those nights.
Bob's got us. Hold on, Bob. Who's got Doran?
It all went
Or
into
Dorian.
that 3 at the beginning.
I think Penelope has Doran.
Shit. We're screwed. History. Bob. Oh, Bob has a +1. That is a... Yep, that's another 9. Man, he's stuck in that tree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dustin attempts to figure a way to get him out of the tree. Serena's going to sit down and meditate for a bit.
Sure. Hey, oh, we got a bear that's going to climb a tree. Okay, roll an insight check. Or investigation, depending on what you're trying to go for. Fair. Or I guess you could do survival too. So survival, investigation, or insight, depending what more you're looking for. Oh, I was like, that's a bad roll. Maybe I'll roll over. Oh no. I smell shenanigans. Sure.
Hey, should we not play tonight, or just change your dice color?
No, we just. I mean, I've been trying to figure out how to do that again because I forgot how to change the dice color. Oh, there it is.
Top
I got
right.
it. Yeah, I found it. Thank you.
Yeah, he's stuck on this substance. You're not sure what it is. You do smell a little bit of blood, though, Misfit. If you could hurry, that would be great. My head.
We're working on it.
He looks down in your direction. Oh, I'm dead. An angel's come to get me. Coming, brothers.
Brothers.
Oh, relax.
He's probably at least a few hundred years old. Like is anyone like familiar with Dwarvish in their backgrounds? I don't believe so. No.
No.
Only
Not me.
Bob.
I mean, Bob, but beyond that,
I would say Marius, you're kind of book smart, so you would know.
Lots of
Based on kind of looking at this guy, like he's probably, and he's an older dwarf. In this world, he is 280 years old. But yeah, he's stark naked.
That's it. Is there anything there to read or find? It's just, I know this is an old, ancient, naked dwarf.
No, it's just that's what you kind of just see. Is he's just a really old freaking dwarf. But he is completely devoid of all of his belongings, naked, suspended upside down in this substance. Dustin, you eventually do make your way up below them if you wish to try to do something else.
Now, does this look? Is he up there in a trap, or as if he was just hung up there?
No, like the bottom half of his body is stuck in like this green substance, and you just see the top half of his his torso.
Well, does Misfit have to make a check to climb the tree, or do they just climb the tree?
View climbing speed because it's Misfit.
Okay.
And Misfit has tree history.
Yeah, I'll kind of just like hang out, like kind of underneath him, just in case something breaks and he falls. That'll be my thing.
All right, so Misfit, you shoot me up the tree. All right. So you make your way up to the dwarf. Go ahead, Misfit. Now that you're up there, roll an investigation check. That's not bad. It smells kind of gross, Misfit. Oh, that's not bad.
I'm not sure I would touch that. Be careful up there, Bear. Looks like that's not natural.
do you know what it is?
Can't quite tell from here, but it looks like some sort of adhesive, but either conjured or constructed. It doesn't look natural.
The mention of adhesive, I would not give this one to Misfit. I'll give Serena and Lou one more opportunity for this, though. Both of you roll a history check. Oh no! That's your second nat one.
You know exactly what it is. Except it's not.
It's glue.
It's a snack.
Lou's having a rough day. No.
I did get fucked up by that pudding.
You did.
You did.
You still taste it. You're too distracted.
This
I
is
like-
You
another
guys are
pudding.
just so tired that you're just like, I don't want to get stuck in adhesive. No, he's like stuck to the whole tree. Like this is a big glob of like this hardened green goop that like completely has his legs covered inside of it, and he's stuck upside down to the tree.
Maybe he'll turn into a flesh-born butterfly.
Or his head will just explode because there's too much blood up there.
How about we focus on trying to get him down?
Do I have any idea what might undo this?
I mean, it's always the old tried and true method of you could try to burn it down, or you could cut him off from the tree, or cut him away from the tree. You could probably get the blob off the tree with a lot of effort, but it would probably still be stuck to him. But then at least you'd have more options. So it's kind of hard to say. Maybe it's flammable, maybe it's not.
Water won't work.
How long is...
Water might, but it would take like a lot of water. You'd have to like kind of like cut the tree down to move him over. Would probably be easier.
How long have these events been thus far?
Since you got there, it's only been like 5-10 minutes or so.
He can talk, right?
Yeah, he's totally can talk. He just can't move.
I got an idea. I'm gonna try to throw a rope up to Misfit and see if they'll catch it to help like pull me up to where they are. I'll just keep tossing it till they notice.
Circus bear move.
Serena will stand up from her meditation. Okay.
Say, just roll a dexterity check, Misfit. See if you catch the rope. Crack, 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 boom. Snap a couple of branches on the way down. Misfit, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Can Lou try and
Well,
climb
that
up?
looked painful.
What do you
How
want to do?
thick of a tree is this?
So Lou's gonna
It's a
climb
decent
up.
big tree. Sure, roll an acrobatics check for you. Or athletics.
Athletics would be a -1, but I would say it's athletics to climb a tree.
Go for it.
Okay.
Are you guys sure you want to play tonight? I'm just saying.
Apparently not.
On a tree.
I'm gonna roll one more d20 and we'll see. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, you
Okay,
guys
thanks
finish
for watching,
this. I'll be
everybody.
back.
We'll catch you all next week.
I'll be back. I'm gonna get
Um,
some. I don't know, something to drink.
You gotta like walk up to the bottom of the tree and just look up like that's a tree, and then you walk away.
I'll make another check to try to climb it without help. Okay.
Okay. You make your way up.
So I'm like in front of him now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out a knife and start cutting around the bark, around the goo.
Roll just roll what do I want to call this? Roll a dexterity check. It's
Oh,
kind
so
of like
don't- oh.
finally. So as you pull out a dagger, you start like kind of like cutting along the wood, and you hit the adhesive,
Mm-hmm.
and the dagger doesn't move.
And I can't pull it back out.
Roll an athletics check. Like, no, my dagger! You pull with all your might, and you do pull it away before it solidifies too much. But it's got like a little bit of goop on it.
Are you alright up there?
Yeah, this stuff is just really sticky and gross.
How did you?
It's like wet but hard.
Oh yeah.
Touche.
It kind of looks like a loogie. The more I'm up here,
How did you get up there, sir?
I climbed the tree.
Not you, the old man.
Oh, him.
I was ambushed
Why?
by a fat man and his friends. I was just minding my own business. I was making my way to town, and they attacked me. I tried to make my way away through the trees, and the fat one spit a booger at me.
Now,
All right,
it was a what in his
Lou?
friends? I didn't hear the first one. You said a something in his friends?
At which
The
part?
big fat guy.
Yeah, the fat man and his friends.
Okay, fat man. I didn't hear the fat man part.
Yeah.
All right, last attempt, and if you roll another nat 1, you're just gonna die.
No.
Cardiac
Lou,
arrest.
Misfit, and Serena, roll a history check. Oh my god!
Finally.
Hey,
Someone
did you say
finally.
fat man?
And you sit there, Serena, and you think of the larger people you know, and you happen to know a very large individual that is presumed dead, that is not dead, that uses just such magic, who's a member of your guild. That sounds an awful lot like Wart's magic.
Huh. Are we aware of how they usually get people out of his magic?
No, because normally he doesn't use it on you guys. It is flammable. You would at least be familiar enough, but it doesn't like it hurts and it burns hot. Puppy cam.
I'm assuming I'm continuing to try to cut away at the bark this whole time.
Up to you, but if you get your dagger close to the goop, it will get stuck.
Sure. It's just a dagger for getting someone out
Roll
of the
another dex
tree.
check. It gets stuck again.
Great. I'll fumble with that for a while.
Has he ever brought anyone in covered in goop?
Not that you
Okay.
because you rolled the nat 20. I would say you've seen him bring people in covered in goop before, but you've never really seen them get him out. Typically, they turn him over, over the bounties to the authorities or whoever's collecting the bounty.
Okay.
You do know, based because you got the nat 20 and just because you're a guild member, he does have 4 partners in his group. He has the 3 quicklings, Fing Fang and Foom, and then he also has the book.
And then the book.
Yep.
Misfit? Is that the goop I think it is?
For
Oh,
some reason,
right,
I just
there.
pictured Misfit looking at. Here. It's more of a Jambo move.
You remember... His name was Wart, right?
Yeah.
You remember Wart, right?
Hmm?
Do you remember Wart?
take that as a yes.
The
Yes,
player
he helped
remembers
in the
because
sewers.
Lou remembers.
This looks like his kind of magic.
Oh,
I guess he's been following us. Do either of you two recall how they got anyone out of that? I just remember that it is very, very, very flammable. No.
You look at the dwarf's like, hold on now. Maybe
Oh,
there's
don't worry. We're not going to burn you. Flame would be a bad idea. It would roast you alive.
He just kind of pauses for a second. He's like, roast sounds so delicious.
well, would we know of anyone being taken out of that?
The one time you may have seen it, there's a couple ways. You got to heat it up. So you can either light it on fire, which is the bad way to do it. You could, in theory, like put him in very, very hot water and it might dissolve. Or you would also kind of gather over an extended period of time, it eventually will deteriorate.
Hmm. Well, only way to get it off is to either wait or get it warm.
You
Yeah,
feel like
good luck. Good luck getting heated.
If we could get him down from there, we could, well, boil it.
I'm working on it. Hey, Lou, you got a knife?
Here you go.
All right, I'll like lower down the rope so you can tie it to the knife. I could just pull it up. No shenanigans.
All right.
You said the tree was decently thick, like too thick for, say, a misfit to put in his mouth, or like how thick around is this tree?
It's probably like 30-ish feet tall. It's probably like a good, like maybe 4 feet around the trunk. It's
4 feet
decently
thick.
sized.
Okay, big tree.
Hey Lou, I hope you weren't attached to that knife. I'm not getting that out. Through my attempts, have I made like a cut wide enough to like get my fingers underneath the bark? So I can start.
There's not a lot of bark to the tree itself.
Mhm.
You're able to kind of like cut into the wood, but it's not like a very easy, like it's a long and tedious process. Like you're literally having to like chip away at the wood underneath it to try to separate it.
I see.
You could potentially, I mean, you could just try to cut him off from the piece of the tree that he's connected to, but you would need like axes.
Yeah.
And there's only one person with an axe here.
I
And
know
you're gonna have
someone.
to use a lot of convincing.
I know someone with an axe and a temper. Someone with a magical axe and a temper.
Technically, I also have an axe, but I am in a tree and I probably can't swing it.
What kind of axe is it?
A battle axe.
Battle axe is one-handed.
All right.
It is not a magical battle axe, but a battle axe nonetheless.
Well,
You get
feel
Bob
really
cut
bad at
down the tree, but it might take a while.
I'm just gonna knives aren't working. I'm gonna pull out the axe and start hacking like a good distance away.
Sure, just roll an athletics check.
Yeah.
Lou, miss it. Let's see if we can get some water.
It's gonna take a while.
You strike him in the arm, like in the shoulder. It just goes completely to the side.
Dustin, how about you just keep his head upright? Kind of give him a bit of break from being upside down. We'll be back in a moment with some hot water. Maybe that'll help loosen him from the tree at least.
Sure.
I think it's time to just not play tonight.
Lou, do you still have a cauldron or anything that you'd use to cook with?
Yeah, I have the pot.
That will do. How close is a water source?
A water source to you? You don't see any around, but I mean, like, the plants aren't dead.
Oh, Dustin, you made some water earlier, didn't you?
What?
Oh no,
made
right, never mind. I
water?
forgot. You purified. You didn't make water.
Yeah.
Uh,
The only
Can you
person I
make
know who
water?
can do that. The only person I know who can do that is Dirge.
Dirge, can you
though.
make a non-ocean worth of water hurling out at us?
You know, I never thought to only make a little bit. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Hmm. How much water do you make at once?
A lot. He pulls his arms out very wide. It's salty too. Well, sometimes. I guess it depends where we are. Sometimes it doesn't taste very good at all.
Yeah, I see. Hmm. How about you, Misfit? Do you know how to make water?
Oh, you have the goblin with you too, don't you?
Yes.
He was on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. He's just watching. Oh no. Not the black potion.
I would be the one seeing this, and I'm being like, is that oil?
Oh dear.
I mean, it burns. Do you have a match?
Oh, I thought that was.
Let's
Do
not
it.
burn him.
Do it. Out of character, do it.
I don't.
No, it'll make him roasted.
Did you pour it on him? All right, hold on. I'm gonna grab a beer because this is gonna be hilarious. I'll be right back.
Great.
You're in bear form still, though, aren't you?
No, they
No,
didn't shift
They
it.
shifted
Are
back.
you shifting there? Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, and they climbed back up, and they were just in a tree with me, I guess, while I was trying to poke at this guy.
I appreciate you, Dad.
No, you fell out of the tree. Yeah, you took 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
Because you tried to grab the rope, rolled a nat 1, and fell out of the tree. A rope smacking you for 7 damage? It's a bit extreme. Yeah.
All right. Misfit.
Obviously, you got hit in it and immediately dropped your concentration. Oh, thanks.
So you pour the ooey gooey black vial on the dwarf. And you wait a second. and you just watch as the dwarf falls out of the tree. Let's see if he lands on his
New
head.
catch.
I'll try and catch him.
He's probably heavier than you.
I was told to catch. I reacted. So, yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Sure. Roll
Athletics or acrobatics.
I would say roll athletics or acrobatics. I'll give you either or.
This Lou's got some protective scales to help.
I'm
Gotta
not
catch him
No.
first.
Based on his roll, you just watch as you're like, all right, I'm gonna get him, and he just kind of like lands on top of you, slams your back into the ground, knocks the wind out of you, and says, "It's like, huh? Thanks for the landing. Bye now." And he books and
Can I
takes
grab
off.
him?
You attempt to grab
As-
him, but as you grab him, your hand slides off. Because Misfit, do you want to tell them what that vial does?
I know.
As he goes to run, Nobel,
Uh-huh.
I want to hit him with a spell.
What spell?
I'm going to throw a sleep spell on him.
Sure. Go ahead. I think he gets advantage. Let me double check.
No, you couldn't have what you poured on him.
If anyone had their hands on him, it would have been me because Serena told me to keep his head up.
No one can have hands on him.
I don't think that's going to be enough HP.
That is not enough. So as you all attempt to grab him, which you're easily able to do, none of you find purchase on him. Because the black vial imbues the target with freedom of movement.
Yep.
And he just books it butt-ass naked off into the woods.
Ooh.
Like he's going full speed.
Friend, I'd
Where
suggest
do
you
you-
wait a moment until we're
This
through
is the
asking you
slippery
questions.
pig dwarf.
Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She's attempting to chase him.
I just yell out at friend. I suggest you just hang out here until we're through making sure you're okay, and I tell you you can go.
Are you trying to cast spell him, or you just?
Yeah, I'm suggesting that he stay there until I tell him he can go.
Hold on 1 second. Let me check 2 things. Okay, I think that should do it. Just check a few. It's been a while since I played this character. He does have advantage on the save because of his racial. So it's a 16 whiz, right?
Yeah. Yeah, wisdom.
Why is my wisdom not rolling? Interesting. I'm throwing errors. Huh. I don't know why that's not working. I'll do it the old-fashioned way.
I'm gonna roll until I get a success.
No, I'm getting the it's like giving me a crash. I don't have the combat tracker, but I don't know why that's doing it. He rolled 2 9s with a plus 3.
Oh.
I think that's 1.
That would be a fail.
2 shot. And then let me just check one last thing. Yeah, he
He
advanced.
starts
He
to
still
bolt.
failed.
Serena starts to run after him, and then he just turns around and starts walking back over.
I'm grabbing my coffee. Be right back.
Go for it.
I'll be right back as well.
Let's see.
I'll drop out of the tree.
Yeah, no. He turns back around. That's a good point. And he just naked struts back to you.
I'll start rummaging through my pack to see if I at least have like a cloth or something. And then when I find it, I'll just toss it to him.
Oh, thanks. And he wipes his brow and he throws it back to you.
You're welcome, and I'll put it back away.
I can speak.
It has a voice.
Oh,
Welcome back to the land of the speaking.
Wow, I'm really good at letting this guy almost get away, huh?
Yeah. It's really
you are
funny, though.
amazing at it.
The potion, it would have worked, and
It did work.
It did work. We set out what we wanted to do.
I slightly regret making
Am I
my perception check.
okay?
Oh, well, that's not for me to say. That's for Marius to do.
And he's the doctor.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's the
Oh,
smartest
okay.
one here, at least.
He just kind of like stares at Marius, waiting for Marius to come back.
Yeah.
He told him to wait until he was cleared to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew the guy that spit his rat out?
Now, friend, why were you in such a hurry to leave?
I'm sorry. I'm here to see my doctor. Maybe another time.
can I pat him down?
He's butt naked.
I know.
Naked, but you are free to do so.
I know, but he's looked different before, and this might be fake.
How well of an inspection check are you wanting to do?
It's misfit.
I touch
investigation
his
check.
arms.
Uh-huh.
I touch his arms.
Just investigation check.
Hey, can I roll?
This is one oily naked dwarf.
Sorry, he is naked.
Seems so.
Wow, this stuff really gets to work, huh?
It really
This
does.
is I think this is gonna last a while.
I'm back.
He's like, this is
Welcome
kind of good. Oh,
Welcome.
doctor, you're back.
Mind if I check him
Do I
over?
have a clear bill of health? A clear bill of health? Yeah, you're free to do whatever. He just is waiting for Theris to clear, or for
my friends here
Marius.
will check to make sure you're okay.
I rolled above a 5, guys.
Sure
But
you
they
can-
said you're the doctor.
Yes, but they're my
I'm a nurse.
associates. They're my nurses, I guess.
You must be an expensive doctor. I feel very fancy. I haven't had an expensive doctor in some years.
So why would you run off like that? After we helped you.
I was trying to I was gonna run away, but I mean, it's been a while since I've had health check, and at my age, you don't turn down free healthcare.
Oh wait, ask if he has the key.
You just did.
Do you have the key?
You're gonna have to be a little bit more precise, my friend.
Do you have more keys on you?
I would hate to find out where he's storing them if he
Yeah.
does.
Define the word key. The key to my heart? The key to the city? Very different types of keys.
Let's say a physical key.
Now, when you say a physical key,
And when you say on, do you mean on
Do you
or
have any
in?
possessions on you?
like, let's get physical. Do I have any possessions on me? No.
Do you have the key to that one rich guy's museum that you stole from us?
I have not stolen anything a day in my life,
that
my
we
friend.
that we gave to you. To be fair.
Can I insight this?
He is denying all affiliation, sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna roll high, but let's see. Yeah, that was almost
I'm doing too.
that teased it for me.
I should have worded things a
Not
little
really good
differently, but
tonight.
I didn't know the situation what y'all are doing with it.
We
Yeah, no,
physically
that's fine.
cannot restrain him.
For a while. It's like an hour, too.
Lou's just gonna lay down and contemplate his current predicament.
As long as I maintain concentration or the suggestion is fulfilled, it's 8 hours.
Yeah.
Is the cart here? Or is everything gone?
The cart, from what you saw earlier, this is where it should be, but it is gone.
Say, have you seen a cart along with some horses?
Oh, the fat man and his friends took it.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Why would Wart take our
Where?
cart?
It's very unkind.
Ward has been
He's-
acting very odd of late.
They stole my possessions. They stole my cart. I mean, your cart. Very foul folk.
Do you know which way they went?
He points down, like, the road. He's like, I believe they headed, he, like, points down a road heading north.
How long ago?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe 20, 30 minutes ago?
What if we put this guy to sleep so he can undergo treatment?
Would prefer not to go under any type of treatment or your sleep. Thank you very much.
Well, you did just get hit with a
Well,
rusty axe.
the goop is the goop can cause a lot of health problems if not treated with properly.
I wasn't born yesterday, folks. But doctor, he goes back over to Marius. Am I gonna live?
Probably, but I don't think you should leave just yet.
Oh, thank goodness for you. And he just kind of like shakes your hand and kisses it. You all should take an example from the good doctor here.
I look at everybody. Of course, there's nothing visible. I'm like, can be very persuasive. I've had to learn other techniques because if you can see, again, look down at my frail body. I'm not much of a physical person to persuade you. So I try to use my words, and they usually work well. Not so well as this. So this is kind of probably playing off that I cast a spell. Or attempting to.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to chase this other person down to find your belongings, I can wait here. I will slow you down on the journey.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you just watch as Bob just looks angry.
Well, he did call it his cart.
It's just his pride and joy.
Mm-hmm.
And not just anyone can drive this cart. Like, there's secrets to this cart that only guild members would know.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not very nice, though.
Yeah.
Was your cart very loaded down, or was it empty?
Bob just kind of cries a little bit.
Oh, we got a fast cart.
Yeah. It's an armored cart.
It's the best.
So you said it's armored, so it will move fairly slow, correct?
Except for the fact it has 6 horses.
It's faster than you think.
So it's faster than a normal cart? What's pulling it?
Notably, will he follow you
6
around?
horses.
Are they draft horses?
A collection of assorted horses we've recovered from dead people.
She's gesturing to the dwarf, will he follow you around until you dismiss him?
I have no idea if he would follow me. Just told him he should wait here. So I told him he could leave so we could check him out. I would assume he would stay here. But he's free to do as he wishes otherwise.
Tempt fate with another persuasive argument.
I would, but I don't really quite know what I could say at the moment. I'd have to rest and think about it.
Mm-hmm.
If we got him to the fancy guy, he'd probably know what to do.
And we might be able to help track the cart. Does that potion that you slathered him with do?
It makes you slippery.
Apparently very. Do you know how long it lasts?
It lasts. Let's see. 8 hours.
Yikes.
Applying the oil takes 10 minutes. The affected creature gains the effective freedom of movement for a spell for 8 hours.
If we had magical restraints, those would work.
You did get him out of
I
the
don't
goo.
suppose you carry magical restraints on you.
I left him in my other pants.
He just
Don't
kind of
look at
sitting.
me.
Tell me how it. Tell it to me straight, Doc. I'm gonna die, aren't I?
Probably.
Oh, that's a relief.
Well, he did say probably.
I mean, he doesn't have what we're looking for anymore.
He did say probably. Why did you say probably?
Because I can't predict the future.
Don't most doctors always say probably anyways?
Serena will walk over beside Marius. You know, Doctor, to make sure, we should probably bring him back to the lab. Run a few tests. Make sure he's alright.
He's willing to go, otherwise you may have to restrain him.
Well, his life is on the line.
Will you come with us to the lab to make sure you're alright?
Well, persuasion check.
I'd highly recommend that you do so. I'll give you advantage.
Okay, well, that saves me doing that.
Or do you want me to roll? I don't know what your persuasion
No,
is.
I can roll.
He kind of looks over towards you. I could use some clothes.
Well, there should be an extra garner, or not garnet, gown of extra gown or two there.
I think if we tried to put pants on him, they'd just slide right off.
I mean, if the doctor thinks it's okay that I could go, I mean, I wouldn't want to put my health.
No, you shouldn't be released yet. We need to
Well, then I should
make
wait
sure
right
you're...
here. I can't
Apparently
put my
you're
health at risk.
incredibly persuasive there, Doctor.
He's the finest doctor. Speaking of which, Doctor, here. And he's going to go ahead and hand you something, Doctor.
What is it?
You have no idea where he got it from. But he hands you 15 gold coins.
Okay.
For your trouble, sir. Much appreciated.
Hang on, I got AFK
Where
just a
the-
second. I got a puppy just come in here and he's all wet, and I got to figure out what the hell he got into.
Go for it. Go for it. I've been there. Except my puppy was a baby.
Ugh.
It's happened with puppies and babies. What can I say?
Never want them to be covered in anything, honestly.
My dog got skunked. When was it? It was sometime in this last year. That was horrible.
Oh, tomato juice bath and everything.
He spent like a good 2 days in quarantine while he
Oh,
was
man.
being destinkified. He had the anti-skunk baths. He had home remedy treatments. He was a sad puppy.
I see.
I have an idea. Serena's going to, or Misfit will hear in his head, Misfit, as an owl, how quickly do you think you could fly back to the manor?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Probably pretty fast.
Do you think within 2 minutes?
Ooh, probably not within 2 minutes. I mean, how far away is the manor?
From where your cart was, it was like 3 hours by cart. So it's probably at least a good hour to get there.
Well, I have an idea. If we get him high enough, I can assure you he's probably not going to want to fall.
Well, but
Probably
I could
true.
also go get someone and come back. That might be safer.
Less fun, but I suppose you're right on this.
Can't we not grab him anyways?
Not for 8 hours now.
I want to make a suggestion so bad.
Go for it.
But I can't because he's in earshot. That's the thing.
That is problematic.
Serena will head over to Miss Finnegan. Alright, Nurse Misfit, how about you go get one of the individuals at the lab and bring them back here for the testing, since the patient seems reluctant to leave until the doctor clears him.
I think that is an excellent idea. Do I still have the blanket?
Yep, yeah, I've not given it back.
Just kind of pat it on my shoulders. You ready to go, buddy?
A little first. Stick up a little bit. And then they fall. You haven't had a long rest. Actually, would it be done yet? Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's probably done. It perks back up.
Go time.
Did my Discord cut out, or is it just silent?
It's just silent.
Okay. You can never be too sure.
All right, so you shifted your out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Misfit has turned into a large blue owl. Serena recommended, or said out loud, saying that he should head back to the lab and bring someone back here for testing, since the patient is reluctant to leave without the doctor clearing him.
I do some hops, and I sit on the ground, and I look at the group, tilt my head, invitingly.
Do you think the doctor would clear me quicker?
Which one?
Who?
Miss, do you think the doctor would clear me quicker?
If you were to undergo the tests,
Absolutely.
I'm certain that he would.
Huh. He's going to walk over to you, Misfit, and he's going to put his hand on your shoulder and cast suggestion and say, we should get there right away. I need you to roll wisdom saving throw.
Hold on.
Why do you have advantage?
Fey ancestry. I have saving throws against being charmed, or advantage. Do I know he tried to cast something on me?
I thought you were a tiefling.
Oh, I'm
He's
half elf.
No, he looks like a tiefling, but is actually a half elf.
Oh, half drow.
He's half tiefling, half. Yep.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
It's just more prominent in the picture.
Let's see.
This Vint is very resistant to persuasion. Of all sorts.
He didn't even offer me a
Unless
snack.
you have candy.
Coming from the guy who I've been able to tell to do things just with a stern voice and a finger.
That's different.
That is different.
This is a good question.
Hmm?
Hold on, I might have something that
Yeah, I would assume suggestion would qualify as a charm effect, considering immunities to charm works versus a.
Oh,
And it is an enchantment that forces a compulsion.
but you're thinking too easily here. Unfortunately for you, I'm going to need you to only make that flat because someone has advantage on their roll.
Oh.
Heh?
Heh.
He imposes disadvantage.
Are you counter shenaniganing me?
I am counter shenaniganing you with the best counter shenaniganer there ever was.
I don't appreciate that.
It is not a super high DC. Hold on, it's been a while. What is his DC? For his suggestion, it is a DC. So low. So roll 1 flat.
You got this, Misfit.
Ooh.
That's
think
probably still good enough.
you might have done it. Hold on, I'm just double checking. So I'd say 3, 8, and I'm looking at yours. Wait, what? So it's 8. No, it is not. Let me make sure. I'm going to re-add this real quick. That is.
That wasn't high enough to pass. Nobel, you and I have very different definitions of low.
No, because This character has multi-classing, and so some of the coding is funky. So this spell is a charisma-based spell. But let me just make sure I'm not wrong.
So, A plus charisma modifier plus proficiency.
Correct. Yep, so that is a 17 versus the 15, unfortunately, my friend.
What gave me disadvantage again?
He has an ability to impose disadvantage on you because he's an arcane trickster.
Okay.
He's got a little buddy.
You just bastard.
So we're going to go to the doctor. I don't know if Misfit knows where there would be a doctor, but we're going to go to the doctor as quick as possible.
Well, Marius is a doctor right now.
Well,
No, they told us
his
to go to
wording
the doctor,
was,
the manor, right? I believe.
yeah, to the
what was the
the
exact
manor.
suggestion again?
There's commotion is over, but
No, not
he
until I
still
tell
wants
him
to
he
go.
can go. I told him
But
he
you
needs-
guys told him he could go and get checked out at the manor.
They may
Serena
have
said
told
that
him
the
that, but I
doctor
said
would
until
likely
I
be able
tell
to
him he
clear
can
him
go.
faster.
I mean, you guys were all saying it.
I wasn't.
Also, it says he said Marius has the command was from Marius to clear him.
You guys said that the doctor at the manor could clear him.
No, she said that the doctor might be able to clear him faster if he went to the manor.
All right, we'll revert, and he will not cast suggestion, but he is sitting right here.
Yep.
And he's going to lay down because he thinks he's dying.
Might as well be.
So who does Misfit look toward?
Just anyone. Whoever wants to.
Then does this guy have some item of yours? Are you saying? Or do you want him to?
I think we should be following the cart. He doesn't have anything from us.
I suppose I'll go with Misfit then. And she's
No!
going to quickly establish it.
Stay here with me. And he's just going to
Why?
kind of run over and hold it. You can't leave me here in my condition.
You're in good hands with the doctor, I assure you.
So who's going to protect him? There's goblins nearby.
I'm just gonna raise my hand.
Look, there's a goblin right there.
Oh.
He just waves.
Oh,
He's tied up.
he's goblin deterrent.
He's.
You see, the goblins smell this goblin and realize that it's not safe for them and won't come near.
That is not how goblins work.
Do you know how goblins work?
Yes, I'm a dwarf.
Doesn't check out, buddy.
He just kind of looks over to you.
You'll be fine. I assure you, you're in capable company.
No. He stays, and you stay. He points at Marius, Bob, and Lou.
I kind of puff up defensively. And I tilt my head at him.
Why do you want us in particular to stay?
I didn't point at you.
He did not. Dustin and Serena are the only people free to leave.
And Misfit.
And Misfit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't all go.
Then
Half
why
of you
did
have
he
to stay with me.
run over to and half are staying?
But these half. You can take the half I gave you.
I'm gonna hop over to Lou
Yeah.
and I snatch him.
Hey.
And I take off.
So you're going towards the manor?
Mhm.
All right, so you guys begin your travel. You basically, well, before you go and before you bird, just as a warning, you probably have enough time to get there. I don't know if you have enough time to get back, though. Because I think it's only an hour, right?
Yeah, it's an hour.
So you could get there. But you'd have to walk back. If you walk back. You still want to fly?
Yeah. We gotta let someone know.
All right, so you guys begin your journey towards the manor. Those of you not going to the manor.
He's still in line of sight. She's going to refresh the connection since there's only about an hour left.
So is there a need for this guy to stay around?
Yes, probably. Let's just set up a camp here for now. We'll wait for them to return. Your persuasion can keep him here that long, right?
Good.
Good.
Depending on how long they take, not indefinite.
I imagine they shan't be too long.
Lou's gonna look up at Misfit while we're flying.
I have time.
So, why are we so adamant on questioning this man?
Who?
Oh, no, don't give me that power. You know, the dwarf. The naked one who had the bracers and now was robbed by some of our members. And which direction did they head?
They headed north. You're currently heading south.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And we are currently heading in the opposite direction of them.
I hesitate in place for a second, but I keep going.
Yeah, I agree.
So you guys continue that way. While you guys are there, the dwarf starts making a little like lean-to hiding spot for you guys out of sticks and leaves while he waits. We have to be ready. They could be here anytime.
So who did you renew the connection with, Serena?
I think the bird. Correct?
Tag, no.
I think it was the bird.
I was accurate.
Mm-hmm. So those of you who are there with the dwarf, as he mentions that they could be there anytime.
Who could be here anytime?
Unsavory folk.
Unsavory folk are looking for you?
Aren't unsavory folk looking for everybody?
No, of course not. But you seem quite cautious about this. Please,
Yes.
do tell us, which unsavory folk are looking for all of us?
He kind of looks back towards the guy. He's like, I don't know. That fat man and his drow friend could be back any time.
Drow friend?
Friends.
Drow friends.
Yes. Multiple.
Hmm.
Whew. And he points down. At this point,
Beyond,
you do notice he does have wounds also that he was hit during his battle. It's like, that one with the little daggers is a pain in the ass.
the one with the little daggers?
They just fly all about, all nimbly bimbly. Here and there, striking everything. He
Please,
doesn't even have to touch
do
him.
what Pertel did these drow look like? Beyond
Oh,
just their drow.
I didn't ask him over for dinner, if that's what you're asking.
No, but did you not look at your assailants?
Yes, they have big pointy weapons, and they're not nice, and they're drow. That's all I need to know. Although I guess the little one didn't have pointy, but he was mean. The fat one, though, the fat one's not a drow. He's just a fat human.
So a fat human spit goop all over you, stuck you to a tree,
No,
and his drow
technically,
friend, one of them.
the one with the spear stuck me to the tree, and then the fat one spit on me.
Ah, one with the spear.
He's
Stuck
very
you to a
fast.
tree.
Got to
How
mention,
did he stick you to the tree?
he stuck a spear through me. He like points down to a wound in his side. It's like, it's just nicked a little bit.
You're holding remarkably well for someone who was impaled by a spear and stabbed repeatedly and then stuck to a tree for several hours.
Well, the daggers are small. The wound from the spirit probably stabbed and like hit part of his side and stuck through his armor that he no longer has. He just doesn't have his armor anymore.
Hmm. Did you notice anything unique about these drow? Perhaps any insignias?
They didn't kill me. Very
Well,
unlike
that's a
them.
start.
I don't trust people that don't kill me. I don't trust people that do kill me either, though. I really don't trust anyone.
Yes, I'd be very wary of the ones that try to kill you.
Speaking of which, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of rude to ask, don't you think?
No. Just curious. Meant no offense, young lady. And he just kind of smiles at you.
Well, I'm about a century.
Huh. I remember my younger years. Don't worry. You're growing up mighty fine. And he just kind of like pats you on the back. Because you, my
So,
friend.
these drow, all you recall is one with a spear, one with small pointy daggers.
And one was fat.
Do you know?
Fat boogers.
Yes,
Yes.
one was fat. Were they all male? All female?
I did not actually check between their legs when they were throwing weapons at me, to come to think of it. I believe they were male, though.
Several male drow working with this fat human. What did they take from you?
Just some old antiques that I found lying about a goblin cave.
Mm-hmm. What kind of antiques?
And he kind of looks about for like some dirt, and he gets a stick and he just tries to draw. Roll history or check as he's trying this, or actually roll investigation. I'd say the history is irrelevant, but the investigation to see, and I'll roll a performance for him to see how well he colors.
Also, while he's drawing, could someone please fetch this man a cloak? So he at the very least has something to cover himself with.
Huh. You know what? I'm used to not wearing clothes. It honestly makes me more combat effective. I'm completely comfortable like this.
Yes, but there are ladies present, so.
Where?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. And you watch as all of a sudden his body gets thinner and taller. Excuse me, ladies. And he just kind of looks about. He looks back. I thought you said there were ladies here.
She is glaring at him.
And he goes back, and his gut just like sinks back out as the disguised self fades. Another day. He goes, so tell me, my friend, how long have you been practicing medicine?
Not
Is he
long.
looking at Serena or?
He's looking at
Mark.
Marius.
Not long.
Huh. You don't
Tell
mind me
me
asking. Who did you train under?
Mostly self-study, mini libraries.
Huh. I'm never a big fan of books myself. Had a lot of friends that liked books. Never got really into them. I've stolen books before. Sold books.
There's all kinds of
These-
knowledge in books. They're very valuable.
Did you also know if you can't reach something, you could stand on them? Many uses books have, I agree. There's- I really hope the doctor will be coming quick. It's like, I'd hate to see what would happen if anything would happen to me. I do like being alive.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Scale looks over in your direction and gives you this awkward, long, silent pause. Of which, while we're doing that, you guys finally kind of are circling about the manor. Where are you landing? Are you landing at the manor, at the guard house? Where are you going?
That's a good question. Yeah, I guess I'll go to the guardhouse. I know where that is.
There's probably about like 12 of them running around at this point. They kind of see you. And you do know you can use the front door too, yes?
I nod my head and I start walking towards the front door.
No, you don't have to walk there now.
Well, you told me I should.
So as you walk to the front door, what can we do for you? Did you find what you were looking for? Problem taken care of.
Lou, you're also here.
Right.
This is all you.
I was muted.
Take it.
Did we talk to these guards when we headed out? Because I missed most of that session.
But they know what you were doing. You didn't speak with them specifically. You spoke with him. So they were kind of expecting you to return at some point. So they're familiar with what you were doing.
Yeah, kind of. We found the person, but they had also met the same fate. Been robbed.
This is tiresome. We never get this much excitement.
Too much.
So are you bringing him back?
I missed it. Do you remember? Did you get the whole plan? What was happening?
You kind of robotic. What was that?
This Lou asked if Misfit understood what the whole plan was.
Mhm.
Okay. Good.
Is my time up yet?
Oh, I'm roboting really bad. Okay, give me a moment.
Everybody is. I think it's done.
I think
Are these hosted on Amazon servers? It sounds better now.
Okay, good.
Is my polymorph up?
Yeah, your polymorph basically gets you right about there. So shortly after you land there, you kind of go back to just having your blue furry cloak on.
Okay, so we found the guy, and he's naked and he's really slippery, so we can't really contain him right now. But we're pretty sure he still has the key. He didn't look like he had other stuff on him, but I am honestly not entirely sure anymore. He says that. Okay, we think, and I just like I blabber everything. I spell it.
Okay. They just kind of like process through this for a second. So he's on his way here?
No, he is under a spell right now, and he's kind of stuck like an hour or more that way.
Okay. Do you want us to go get him?
Yeah, we have to chase down who took our cart,
Oh.
and we can't really contain him by ourselves right now. So if you have like a magical way to contain him, that might be ideal.
Okay. Well, and you just watch this kind of like motions to a couple other guards like get their shit together and go. So you get about 6 guards. You can't fly back. They'll lend you horses though. So you ride back.
Do they have a
Yes.
magical way to contain him?
I mean, there's 6 guards. Who knows?
I don't know if I trust that, but okay. Can we tell Boss Man?
Sure. So you check in with him too.
Yes.
Oh no! What happened to the rest of you? It's all my fault. I knew I shouldn't have let you go alone.
No,
It's okay. It's okay.
We're all fine.
Oh,
We just headed up ahead because we found the person who stole your bracers.
you got the bracers back.
No, it turns out he had also been robbed.
We think he still
Oh.
has the key, though.
Yes.
Oh, so does he still have the shards, the gate?
Not sure. But he's currently naked, and I don't want to check.
Why is he naked?
He was
I'm not
robbed.
entirely sure.
Naked, you say?
Maybe.
He
looked for a
pulled some.
second.
He pulled some gold out of somewhere. I don't know.
I'm not touching that gold.
Pulled gold from where?
I didn't look. I did not care to look.
We should get to your friends as soon as possible if this is who I think it is.
I agree, which is why we
Agreed.
came here very fast. So we should go back, also very fast.
I mean, it would take some time, but a couple hours we'll be there. No problems.
All right, let's head out.
Okay. As you guys are gathering and heading back, the rest of you, the longer you sit here, this dwarf just kind of like looks to you guys and kind of like looks about you and then like talks to himself a little bit.
Serena will hit The others kind of keep an eye on him. She is gonna be meditating while they're gone.
Hey, when you said you think you knew him, who do you think it is?
He did not go with you.
Oh, can I ask though before we
Before
go?
you go? It's not important. It's highly unlikely anyway.
Okay.
Just an old man being cautious.
Just
I
be
mean,
warned not to be a dire wolf.
you never know. We have some pretty bad luck when it comes to stuff like that.
You just
If
watch
there's a
this
dire
thing.
wolf within 10 feet of him, he will disappear, I assure you.
The dwarf just kind of puts his head down and starts talking in a low voice. I don't think any of you understand the language he's speaking now.
There's
Well,
okay, Serena's meditating, so Dustin, it's up to you.
orc
Nope.
I'm assuming dwarvish.
and druid, probably not. And dirge is also there. Still.
He is.
Oh, this is Bob.
Yeah, but Bob can't give us anything.
Bob knows sign language.
I don't.
He only
Right.
knows sign language when it's convenient.
Yep.
And to make jokes.
He does speak Axe. Let me ask you a question.
Oh,
So as you
yeah.
guys are sitting there, Dustin, you notice as you're sitting there, you feel like a slight tickle on your hand.
All right, I'll look down.
And you kind of look as you guys are all sitting together, and there's like 10 little black spiders climbing on your hand.
We'll dust them off, and that'll be it.
You gotta dust them off.
Yeah, I'll like brush them off. Yeah.
And you look down, and there's more coming. There's like thousands of little tiny black spiders heading in your guys' direction.
I'll call out to Serena. Hey, you might want to move. I'm not moving.
She'll look over.
Shit tons of little spiders.
Does she recognize the kind of spider?
Roll an investigation check. You don't recognize the spider, but the markings seem similar.
But you know them as a social spider?
No. It's similar as in you've seen this mark before, traveling
I'll
on your own travels in the Feywild.
I'll call out to Serena. This reminds me of that time that drow died. That was
Yes,
weird.
this can't be good.
They're just bugs.
They could be venomous.
And you just watch the dwarf put a
Or
finger out.
worse.
Shh. They're listening.
She nods and will attempt to cloak herself.
And you just
I'll
watch
just-
as like a couple climb out of his nose as well.
Just going
Yeah, I will just stop
Stealth
talking, but
roll.
like I'm not trying to hide.
Sorry. They took my ring. And he just kind of like is itching his neck very nervously.
The player knows what ring he's talking about. Serena, not so much.
I know neither.
Hmm?
um, and he just kind of keeps nervously kind of scratching at his beard.
If there's something we're not telling us, you may want to tell us quickly.
I think we should hide.
Get concealed, everyone.
Good luck.
Okay.
I'll wait here for the doctor.
Oh shit, who do we lose?
Dead.
Deft.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Do we go back into mute mode?
No, the
Oh,
doctor's been
There
deaf.
he is.
Oh,
Welcome back.
internet had a little check.
Death,
No.
quick, arm yourself with apples. We'll protect you.
He recommends hiding, but he was going to remain and wait for the doctor.
Part of me doesn't want to hide. I just want to keep standing there. Yeah, I'll just like hold my ground, I guess.
All right, so you hold your ground. What about the rest of you?
Is this where I'm at?
Yeah, so Serena
Yes,
Uh-huh.
it is.
cloaked himself.
And what are we supposed to be hiding
You
from?
are being bombarded by thousands of spiders.
Little spiders.
Tiny ones. They're not like actively trying to hurt you.
Just me or all of us?
All of us. It's like a tidal wave situation.
Not quite that bad, but they're crawling over everything to get to you guys.
So how's
And they're
hiding
crawling
going to
over
help
the
with
dwarf.
that?
Oh, we're not hiding from them.
Okay, I'm going to. What are we hiding from? Do we know?
He hadn't said.
I'll take his word at it, and I'm going to look for a bush nearby.
Sure.
Kind of creep down behind it, and as I do, I'm going to cast minor illusion to look more of the bush, but hide me in it.
Sure. Easy enough to do. What about the rest of you? What about the rest of you? Who are there?
I can't
So
hide.
Serena's going to just going to more or less cloak herself in the shadows, try and remain unseen.
What about you, Dustin?
I'm just getting kind of used to it. I can't really hide in armor, and I'm just gonna like stand still.
If you hold still, they can't see you.
You never know. And if anything, it'll just make it harder to find everyone else.
All right, and he just watches the dwarf. Is just still sitting there.
He's not hiding.
It's very clear Dustin is not moving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Roll an
Serena's
perception check
going
and
to
see if
attempt
you can
to
see him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not moving.
Serena is going to attempt to sneak up onto him, and she'll whisper, "Let the shadows conceal you." And she's going to drop an invisibility on him and vanish back to the shadows herself.
All right.
Just kind of sits there, and you just watch as the spiders kind of creep around. and then you just watch in front of the dwarf the spiders begin to kind of like mound up a little bit. And he just kind of sits there staring at them. What do you guys want to do while this is going on?
I am continuing to stand still.
You have spiders crawling on you, but they don't seem to be doing anything.
It's just a Tuesday.
I just was reading your picture. About a 5-foot figure appeared. It's not a figure, it's just 5 feet of spiders that kind of are like in almost a humanoidish size mound in front of the dwarf.
Do the proportions seem similar to a certain individual who vanished into a puff of spiders before?
Mm-mm.
Was that a no or a...
No, doesn't look familiar.
Okay.
Similar.
I'm just staying in my little 5-foot cube and watching.
He is going to speak to this entity and try to convince it that he needs to stay here to wait for his doctor. That is a... Okay. You watch after about 5 minutes, the mound of spiders descends out and the spiders slowly dissipate back the way they came.
Is the dwarf still there?
Yeah. A couple crawl back into his nose, but he seems to still be there and alive.
All right.
So the coast looks clear at this point.
Serena's going to remain a bit more vigilant than she was before, continuing her hidden position, just kind of keeping watch out.
At this point, the... Go ahead.
I'll just like kind of call out. You got some weird friends.
Oh, those. No, they just talk to me sometimes.
I see.
I picked up a ring once that I apparently shouldn't have. It's a really long story.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Most people have them.
But they said they would come back later. I told them I had an appointment. And they seemed okay with that.
Well, then everything is fine. And I'll go back to, I guess, I don't know what I would have been doing, but I'll go back to whatever it was I was.
Okay.
Don't worry.
So
No one can see whatever it is you're doing.
after about 6 hours total into this 8-hour stretch, you guys finally watch as the remaining party members and the 6 guards show up. He's still just sitting there. Doctor, you're back!
Serena will break from her concealment. Glad to see you've all made it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one?
Was that the guards asking?
Mhm.
I'll gesture to the naked dwarf. Yeah, that one's him.
They kind of look over at him. And they kind of do a double take at him for a second.
How you feeling, buddy? Still slippery?
We can't arrest him.
Oh,
He's a retired war hero. Do you not know who this man is?
No, actually.
he's the one who's.
Hey, guy, what's your name?
Ah, call me Mr. Bonds.
Mr. Bond?
Yes, Mr. Bonds.
Bonds.
He is one of the oldest living members of the Paladin Order.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
I know who this is.
Now, you should still be.
Hey, that's who it is too.
Well,
Should
Mr.
still bring him
Bonds.
back.
It's not very nice to take things.
He lives on the manor grounds.
Then why was he naked in the tree?
Because he was robbed?
Sir, you really shouldn't leave your room. But there was adventuring to do.
Well, we're glad that he'll be brought home safely then.
I still got it though.
Did they bring a cart for him, or
Nope. They just have horses.
do they have an extra horse to carry him, or?
No, they were just gonna like drag him back, but they didn't know who he was.
We didn't either.
I mean, you don't need your horses anymore, do you, Teaslu and Misfit? So they have two
No.
extras.
No, we don't.
Here's
No, but I've named mine already. We bonded.
Misfit, those aren't our horses.
it's all right. But our friends did have their horses taken. And you kind of watch as he sits there for a second. He goes, but they didn't get away with these. And you watch he puts his hands behind his back with like a quick flourish, and he comes out and he's holding both bracers.
Where did you get those?
Where were you keeping them?
Trade secret.
You don't want to know.
I really don't actually.
Wow. Hey, that's pretty impressive.
I call it a
Yes, but
tattoo
do
of
not get any
holding.
ideas.
Don't ask where the tattoo is, though.
Alright.
I like him.
You just watch the kind
Now
of put him on
then.
a horse.
Well,
Yes, sir.
safe travels.
And goes,
It
oh,
seems we have a cart to track him.
yes, I still got it, by the way. Totally useful. I shouldn't be in retirement. What's your names again? Susan,
My
I
na-
like you. I think we're going to be good friends.
Was he directing that at all of us?
No, Serena.
Of course.
Okay.
My name is Misfit.
T-Slew.
It was nice to meet you.
Fred, Dave, pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Well, Marius, I think our patient is probably ready to go then.
It's good to meet you. Safe travels. You may leave.
Huh. Thank you. And he kind of bows. And he's like, and he kind of coughs out like a feather. Has I never liked this part. And he watches his body contorts and shrinks into a raven, and he flies off with the horses.
I
You
am
son of a...
so
I-
confused.
I told you, Tislu, that the Raven was involved.
Yeah, you shot one.
Did
They
you shoot
do-
him?
They do give you each enough horses to continue after your cart, though. A parting gift, so to speak.
We're gonna have so many horses tied to this cart when we're done.
We're gonna go so fast. It'll be like a drag cart.
Everywhere we go,
There-
we collect more horses.
There
By the end
is
of the
no
campaign, we'll just
declining-
have like 40 horses tied to
We're
it.
gonna have an army of horses.
There's
Well, no
declining
soldiers.
returns.
There's
Yeah.
gonna be an army out there someday. It's
Serena,
like, oh, we had cavalry.
Lou is going to place one of the raven feathers we got earlier from inside the cave from him. Yeah, I know that. Just hand you a raven feather that we got earlier.
She'll pull
yeah.
the one she has. I already have one.
All right, so you guys mount up and proceed after the cart.
Yes.
With a 6-hour delay.
You do have a bit of a delay. Are you sticking
Well,
with? Let's get our map
yeah.
of the continent up real quick.
We weren't catching the cart on foot, anyways.
So right now, rid of these.
Should we maybe take a rest first?
That camp wouldn't be horrible. They're already ahead a fair amount.
It would be great, but I don't think we have the time.
The time. Are you ready to fight the combatants? After all, by the sounds of it,
You
by
have
the
to
sounds of it, it's Mort with at least 3 drow friends. One very nimble, one with small daggers, and one with a spear.
Roll a history check too, by the way, you guys.
Mhm.
For
What
those
check?
of you who were in the sewer.
No, not me.
Nope.
What do you want to roll?
Not you and not us.
History.
Oh.
15.
Lou,
At least one of us got above 10.
as you guys are discussing this as you begin kind of heading out, you think back and you remember back to being in the sewers. You've seen those two individuals before. They
Which
were
individual?
down there and had killed a bunch of the butcher's men when you had gone looking for the child.
Oh.
There was one that had taken out about 8 of them with very little effort and seemed to not really move. And there was one holding a spear.
I'll convey this information to everyone and then also say no, I am in no position to actually fight those people.
Does finding them have to lead to a fight?
Would prefer not to have any confrontation personally.
It doesn't have to lead to a fight. But it's better to be prepared for one than go in and be surprised by one.
So if you guys look at the main map real quick. So we'll just say we're in Nathal for the all intents and purposes. His manor's the green area off to the left, but based on this, you could take the main road like we took to get down here. So if you traveled, because it is earlier in the morning, you spent most of the night in the dungeon. If you traveled all day, you could probably get to Lenore by the evening. Or you could attempt to go through the forest, but I mean, your odds are better than when you're on the cart. You know it was hard to get the cart through there, but if you were just on horses, it might be feasible. But It may or may not be safer to just take the main road. Up to you guys, though.
Weren't we avoiding Lenore?
I believe we were avoiding Florin.
We're avoiding Lenore a little bit because we
It was
may have
surrounded
had
by
some.
hatchet lads.
Well, there was hatchet lads that were there, but then there was also the incident where all the hunters died. And the only
I'll
other
be-
people that were traveling with a drow that they had seen recently were you guys.
I'll be
And
right back.
3 of them did make it back. Care to guess which 3?
Big man and his 2 best friends.
Yep.
Nice.
True Julie's
Even
really
more
good
call
side.
for a bear hunt. Oh wait, no, they knew it was a draw attack. It wouldn't be. He didn't spin it to be the bear thing.
Mhm.
Shame. Could have gotten so much more support for hunting wild animals if he did.
Don't you put
Yes.
ideas in his head.
Hey,
Have you ever gone hunting, Dustin?
I mean, I had to eat something while I was stuck in there, so I have
Huh. You
killed
ever
things.
hunt bear? Great sport. We should go sometime.
Who's saying this?
Nobody.
Yeah,
Me
it's just
being
like a
an
role play.
asshole.
Just one of those roleplay things, as we
One of
do.
those asshole things we do just randomly throughout session.
Honestly, he probably would.
Hey, it's always fun. Technically, someone's got a standing invitation to dinner.
Uh-huh.
We have to get Penelope home.
You do.
Where did we leave her? Did she go back to
She's
Nathal
back at the
proper?
manor. No, so 2 things. Your other guest that you were going to bring with you is also at the manor.
Who?
You were going to bring the halfling with you, who owns the casino or owned the casino.
We were?
No,
He
I don't.
is the one that can help you get the boat.
Yeah, I don't remember Lou going out and developing that more though. So we just kind of left it at an open air. I want to negotiate a contract, and we never negotiated anything.
You guys. But if you need to get into casino to get a certain thing, there may not be people that know much better.
What do we need for the casino? Just
You do have
Misfit,
to go.
right?
I think just Misfit, yeah.
Just Misfit. And then we should get the...
And to avoid awkward bar situations. But that's a different story.
Oh yeah, that's a story I actually know about because it was really funny.
And someone's got to say friendly.
A few things before we run off. One, T3, do you think your friend is going to be okay watching over Penelope for the next while?
Which friend?
She's still back at the manor. I always forget his name.
Lillian. Lillian. The elf.
Lillian?
Mhm.
Yeah. Lillian. You know, our dinner host?
You mean Ulian?
Yes.
Yes.
Fancy pants.
Mhm.
We, should probably ask Penelope what she wants to do, right?
Well, either way, we'll have to head back to the manor if that's the case.
Up to you. You have horses there
She
now.
does also have her penguin.
She does have your penguin.
So, okay. It's looking like we go get the cart, and then maybe we deal with Penelope, and then we go back to Bayside. And from there, we go to the main continent?
We'll decide that matter when it comes to it. The next inquiry is Marcius, I believe her name was.
Marius.
Marius, yes. What are your plans from here? After all, Nathal is the closest city. A few hours that way.
I'm
You can
assuming I
probably
passed through
recoup
there,
much of what you have lost.
since I don't really have anything that was a specific story. I'm assuming I passed through Nathal heading this direction.
You had come from Lenore to Nathal.
Uh,
Maybe like a day after they did.
Mostly I've just been exploring, looking for old ruins and information. I've already passed through Nathal and scoured its libraries. So technically I have no place specific to be. What's
You
the work
scour old
your group is doing?
ruins?
Yeah, if there's anything that could contain
Take
old
no
books
offense,
or
but I didn't see you as the more adventurous sort.
oh, I try to steer from trouble, but unfortunately, like
Catalogs.
these goblins. However, I while it's hard for me to get around, I do like to research, and old ruins have many old tomes, forgotten knowledge that I would love to reclaim. It does get dangerous.
Have you explored many of these ruins already?
Local here, no.
Oh,
That's what
and you watch at this point, Dirge kind of pipes up a little bit. There's ruins on this island too.
say if your business takes you to
Yes,
such
Dirge.
places, and you would not mind, I would be happy to accompany. It's dangerous and at times boring when you're alone, especially one of my condition.
Oh, he's like, here, and he Dirge pulls out a map of the island. He's like, I think they're. Where did Penelope say they were? Somewhere over here. And he points to. If you look on the eastern side of the map, these ruins right here.
Well, I don't know if our travels will be taking us to any such ruins.
Because I forget what they're called. Tricorum. Tricorum. That's what it was.
Wait, hear me out. What if we go to Bayside from here, and then from Bayside we can go east, and we can go down the eastern side of the island to get to Florin. And we drop Penelope off, and then we take a ship to the main continent.
We might encounter that carnival again. I believe they were supposed to make a stop in Varden.
There's strength in numbers and protection, so I would like to travel at least to the next town.
Yeah, you can come with us.
Would hate to see you end up in a cage again. It probably has happened a few times by now, hasn't it?
I've
Do we
been
still have
lucky
that
most
goblin?
of my life. That was rather harrowing.
He's just sitting behind you. He's just sitting there.
What are we doing with this?
I don't know.
Well,
you're the guy who likes monsters.
You're going on an adventure.
Can he come with too?
If you want to bring a wild
well,
goblin,
we were supposed to give him. We were supposed to give him to Ulian so he could gain information on those bracers, but
I got
as the bracer seems to have been recovered,
So
I
there's
don't
no reason
see much
to go-
further.
All right, on time.
Hey, little buddy,
no, it's hey you.
little buddy.
No, it's hey you.
What do you mean it's hey you?
Hey, that's my name. Hey you.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Misfit, you're not really debating adopting a goblin, are you?
Oh, I'm not debating it. Do you want to go on an adventure?
Didn't you try and feed them to the dogs?
Roll
Literally?
persuasion
No,
check.
that was the ogre, not the
No,
goblins.
you made a pact and convinced them that goblins were the only things okay to eat.
He doesn't need to know that.
Are
What's an adventure?
Did you just say you're going on an adventure?
Yes.
You know those dangerous stories where people travel through dungeons filled with horrible oozes? Similar to the Great Gooey?
Oh, yes, that great gooey.
No, don't listen to her. It's when you go to new places and you see new things and you meet new people. That's an
Eat-
adventure.
Eats new people.
When you meet new, I mean, you can't. No, you can't eat them. You can't eat people.
I will eat new people.
Then it's decided.
Misfit, he said he was going to eat new people.
Oh, we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Okay, first of all,
Misfit?
you're not allowed to eat people. Okay, hey, you?
Unless they're bad.
No.
Mm,
All right, so he just sits with you guys on the horse. Who wants to take KU on their horse with them?
I will.
I volunteer Serena.
All right, so you guys are pursuing, or are you heading back to the manor? Up to you. Just remember, that gnome is worth a lot of money.
Yeah. And it's also our ticket out of here.
well,
Not necessarily. You have a few ways you could get off.
well,
You have the dude looking for a boat, or you can pay the super expensive fee.
we don't really need to start heading to Lenore tonight, do we?
Up to you. You don't have to go anywhere at any point.
Because the cart would have had to pass through Nathal. And it's a pretty obvious cart, right? Like, it's hard to miss.
It would not have to pass through Nathal. It was already on the outskirts. There are other smaller roads.
Yeah, we
But
were just
typically
too dumb to
get the
find them.
horse-
And we're assuming, I think, that these guys are smart enough to find them. They're not local. Right? They're not local.
They're more local than the rest of us.
So we could have the guild members go up and start their business with Penelope and Oli and meet us in the Thal. And I could take Marius and myself could go and start asking around town, seeing if anyone's seen the direction the cart went, if at all, and go from there.
You can do that.
Are you confident in your ability to talk to people and gather information?
I can talk to people. That second part,
Very well then.
all right. And I know Marius, he can back me up where I'm too stupid.
I don't like the way this is going. I'll allow it.
All right, so you guys are going to head back to the manor to pick up the gnome.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to start making our way back to the banner.
Sure.
And as we go
And get
to
back
park,
to
Serena's going
activities.
to he's going to create a connection to Dustin. He'll
Oh,
hear
this
in
is the
his
first time this happened. Okay.
he'll hear in his head. Should you get into trouble,
I
just think of it and keep it down.
I'm just gonna start thinking random words,
Peaceful magic.
and I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna see if you repeat them to me. So like apple, orange, banana, dirt.
I'll have Tisalu cancel the spell if you keep this up.
It's it's the first time this happened. I don't know how it works, so I'm testing.
He's doing a sound check.
Yeah, because I'm thinking this. I'm not saying this out loud, so I'm seeing if thoughts work.
Yes, I can hear you.
How many fingers are you holding up right now?
Oh, ugh. Feels invasive, but okay.
It's only
you-
as invasive as you want it to be.
Oh, I don't know if I can have control over that lady.
You'll learn quickly, I'm sure.
Ouch.
Either way,
Is there anything really strange that happens because of what's going on with my head
Not right now,
that she
no.
picks up on? Okay, cool.
So you and Marius are gonna stay in town. Dirge will stay on
Mhm.
the outskirts of town because he's not allowed in town. And the rest of you are gonna go pick up Penelope. Right?
which way is... And Bob's coming with us?
Yeah. So
Uh,
all in, and you can make your way there too. This will probably take a couple hours, so you'll probably eat up, a good half your day, just collecting everyone. But it's not an incredibly ridiculous distance.
And then should Marius and I make investigation checks?
Yeah. So what do you guys want to try and find in town? Tell me what you're looking for, and I'll tell you what to roll.
What I would be looking for is, since I was told, oh yeah, there are back roads, I'd probably like, oh, gosh, I don't know how to phrase this. Um,
Trying to find
I'd
like the
probably like,
local route.
yeah, like the local routes. My first instinct would probably go to a guard and ask
Sure.
if they had seen any like red armored carts, because that's what it is, right? It's a red armored cart.
It's not like full red, but it has red parts to it. Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
very
red
easy to
armored cart
recognize car.
We
with
painted
6
flames on it.
Oh, a red flame painted armored cart with 6 horses, if they had heard any signs of that. And then after going to the guards, I would probably try going to merchants and seeing if like any of them had heard like any of like the suppliers talk about that thing.
Sure. I would say just roll an investigation check as you go to ask around. Are you looking for similar things, Marius, or anything different?
I would have like told him what the cart looked like because he hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yikes.
You know,
You
that's
ask
fun.
about,
Is this something I can help
and it's,
with, or is this would I not know what they're
are
doing?
you looking for the same stuff that he is, or are you looking for different things?
If he's telling me he's looking for something specific, I can help. Otherwise, I don't have anything I'm specifically looking for.
Yeah, he's
I
just
would've
questioning about backroads and whatnot. So you can either roll an advantage or you can roll one as well. He's just trying to find people that can like give him info.
Would
Oh,
Serena
did that
be
roll
able to give
twice?
me...
Oh, oops.
Yeah, I'll help by looking in a different area, asking different people.
would
Marius,
Serena be able to give... Would
you
Serena be able
don't.
to give Dustin an advantage by helping him formulate questions and such?
Probably not, because you're doing other things at this time too. It's like a split session time. Marius, though, you do most of the occurrences, like you're asking people about this cart, like they're making references to the group itself being in town. You do get a little bit of information. There are roads to kind of like run along the outskirts of the forest where like there's some like farms and orchards and whatnot. Um But yeah, there's a couple ways it could have made it through, but you do gather typically that the only real way to take a card of that size through, especially from what you describe it to people, they would have to pretty much take it through Lenore to get to wherever they're going, unless they're going a different direction.
So it just occurred to me, how far away is Nathal from Ulinor's?
About a day's travel.
Ulin's? That's going to be outside of 6 miles, huh?
Hmm. But they're in Nathal, I think. They're not in Lenore.
No, sorry, not Lenore. In to the elves' manor.
Oh, between the
Ulin?
elves and the town? That is more than 6 miles. Yeah, is that your distance?
Yeah, she only has up to 6 miles.
Oh, no. So yeah, you have it for a little bit. You keep in touch with them as you're kind of like trying to guide them in the thick of things, but then after that, you like hit the edge and you're like, "Oh, good luck."
I'll relay the information.
Kind of sucks that nobody had eyes on, but makes me feel better about going that way.
The rest of you, as you make it to the manor, you can kind of see Penelope hanging out in the manor with some of the staff and guards. Ian sitting there with her, like having some tea. Like, oh, we didn't know you'd be back so soon. We thought you were heading after your cart.
Hi, Penelope.
We are,
Um,
but
we're working
Hi,
on it.
dear.
we didn't simply want to abandon you here.
Aw, you're so sweet. Come, want some tea?
Sure.
Okay, sit down and
That's
have tea
indeed.
with them. We were just catching up.
Oh, I hope we weren't intruding then.
Oh, no, just talking about old timer things.
Do you two know each other?
Oh, worked together in the past, yes.
Wow.
Thing of great importance. I did a little bit of the art in my younger years.
What kind of art?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
I was very young. I was in the experimental art phase. Let's leave it there.
That's all right.
Yes, we're just, reliving some old stories. Um, I will miss you greatly. Shane just kind of like nods and, oh, well, it was a pleasure visiting. But I think
Well,
we need to head home. Yes?
we have a few more stops to make as well as inquiries into that boat. If you'd be willing to postpone Florin for a bit, and
Well,
he'd be willing to host you here, or she'll
if we find
gesture
the
to the
cart,
elven.
if we find the cart near Lenore, then we could go to Florin. I mean, it's probably about time we took Penelope home, right?
Yes.
And then we could head north from there. Go to Bayside. And try and catch a ship there.
It'd be a long way, but I suppose we'd have to make that road anyways.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine that Penelope wants to go back to Bayside anytime soon.
I'm aware of that. I wasn't proposing that she would go back to Bayside.
At this point, you also notice the dwarven individual that you cut early in the day has also joined you in a nicer set of clothing.
Oh, hello, Mr.
You mean in
Bonds.
any sort of thing?
He just kind of walks out very comfy. Ah, hello!
Well, hello there.
Hello.
And he's got like a. He looks much, much nicer at this point, and he's got like a paladin pendant on. Which I don't think any of you would actually know what it is other than Dustin.
It's a lovely pin.
I take it you've recovered from your night amongst the caves?
He kind of looks over you. Have we met?
Once or twice.
Yes. I would have remembered meeting someone like you.
What did he call you again? This is Nancy.
Ah, Nancy! You haven't forgotten me. Nancy, here, feel this. And he like puts his he exposes his neck to you, like for you to put your hand on it. It's like, you feel that?
Go on, Nancy.
Go on, Nancy.
First of all, I'm not Nancy.
I'm sorry, Sarah.
Second of
But
all,
please. I'm not very good with names, but give her a feel.
Touch the poor old man's neck. Go on.
Hey, you're a doctor.
I did not say such thing. Also, no, I guess she's not discerning whether or not there's some form of deception.
Give her a feel right here, Sarah. You know what that is?
Who's barely keeping it together now.
I assume that is your neck.
That's boyfriend material. He just smiles at you with a big grin.
Yeah, she's not reaching over and touching it.
He just shoots a big smile in your direction.
I'm just picturing me and Lou just dying in the background.
Nope. Lou's holding it together.
I am dying in the background.
You're broken glass somewhere in the background.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'll be here when you're waiting. Hurry up, though. I'm
How
not
about
getting
you
any
have a
younger.
seat and have some tea?
I don't drink tea. He like pulls out a flask.
Mm,
It's medicine.
I'm sure.
Are you sick?
At this point, he kind of looks over. He's like, he has a very special condition. Mr. Bonds has a habit of putting his hands where they probably don't belong.
Oh, I do that too sometimes.
He just kind of looks over you and smiles. The best, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, until you find a cursed ring. Minor detail. So, yes, it is in fact medicine.
What did the curse do?
He goes, whoa. It's a long story. Best saved for another day, perhaps. He lives here with me now, though.
That's kind of you to take care of him.
Well, it's the least I
But
could do. Many of our
anyways,
exhibits here were donated by Mr. Bonds himself.
Oh,
Impressive.
Well, Mr. Bonds, from one cursed case of sticky fingers to another, I'm glad we got to meet. I'm sorry my friend stabbed you, by the way.
You know, funny story. I'll tell you a different time. I used to have a bunch of friends that would throw daggers at each other for fun.
Oh yeah, that's kind of weird.
that's
Oh
very
no,
weird.
That's really
the
weird.
rules are actually very refined. No magic weapon. And he just kind of like starts going into the rules of this dagger throwing game. It's like
Sometimes they
Misfit,
use
don't get
darts.
any ideas.
one time I hear there is even a legendary showdown on an airship. It was magnificent.
Looking at Misfit.
By the way, what's the goblin doing?
He's not with us.
He
He's with Misfit.
Okay.
we never said this. Oh no, yeah, because you did take him. So he's just kind of sitting there following you. He just kind of like looks over at the dwarf now that he sees him better. Oh, hi, boss.
Wait,
He's the boss.
he's the boss?
Yeah, he's the little giant. He's a giant, but he's just small.
Okay. Wow,
Hey, we successfully captured the goblin boss.
you really get around, Mr. Nobel.
Wait,
Mr.
what?
Bonds.
Rob?
I mean, we can't kill a giant. Everyone knows that.
Well, we're glad we've returned you to your boss. Anyway, the tea has been lovely, but we have some companions waiting for us in the hall. And we
Oh.
really should be off.
You enjoy.
Hopefully, we'll be able to socialize again sometime.
He like you notice he's got a few things on the table, and he just like shuts a book and he starts like packing up a few of the things that he was talking with Penelope about. It was a pleasure reliving old memories. Please stop by again sometime. Give your husband
We'd
my
love
best.
to.
Oh, he's talking to Penelope.
Never mind. Yeah, sorry. Misheard.
Like,
So, scratch that.
like, it's been some time. And she just kind of nods. All right. So you guys get in the wagon, head back to town?
Well, no, we have the
Oh, no
wagon's
wagon.
been stolen.
They have a wagon. Do you want to
If
take a
they'll
wagon
lend
for
us a
them?
wagon.
They'll lend you horses either.
If they're offering it us. Otherwise,
Yeah. They'll give you either or. You can either get a wagon or you can get horses.
well, we need horses for the wagon.
Well, you get horses with the wagon. But do you each want to ride a horse or do you want to like ride in a wagon?
I will ride in a wagon if possible.
Yeah, we'd rather.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll go
You
for
guys are already there. But they could get wagons.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
go
take a
for
wagon.
a wagon here.
Okay. They
It'll
get you
help
like
keep Penelope safe as well.
a decent merchant wagon. It's decently sized. It's a little bit bigger and slower than Bob's cart and less equipped, but it gets the job done.
Mhm.
It's got 4 horses.
Don't worry, Bob. It's not a replacement. It's just temporary.
Bob is like sitting there. He's just like sitting in the driver's seat, just like very frustrated, like trying to get used to this new cart. And as you're sitting there, a little tiny humanoid climbs up and sits in the seat next to Bob, and Bob just like glares down at the goblin.
Hey, you, aren't you supposed to be with your boss right about now?
And Bob just kind of glares at him. He slowly gets down. He like walks
When did
slowly. He walks over to Misfit though. We're going on an adventure.
Even at the risk of encountering another great gooey?
There are many gooey, but I will eat new people.
Meet new people.
Yes, meat.
We're
He's
working
not-
on it.
We're like 60% of the way there.
Yeah.
We got a couple hours before we get there. Plenty of time. Bob does make him sit like riding on like almost like the old school, like the guys who sit on the back of the wagons of the carriages. He's like sitting up on the top just by himself.
You're
Actually, he
really
just sits over
hell-bent
there.
on bringing this goblin with us, aren't you?
Well, we picked up Dusty and Marius.
There's a notable difference. One, Dustin and Marius didn't try and seal our rooms in a burning pit, or seal our friends in a burning pit.
Technically, that was a trap.
Still tried to seal the door.
No, he closed the door, which
Oh, the
locked
goblin.
itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the
Also,
go for it.
goblins aren't exactly known for their fortitude, let's say.
Or their loyalty.
And we do very dangerous work. And a lot of people are afraid of them. You could greatly complicate things. As well as bringing him along would put him in a lot of danger.
Are you giving him the pound dog talk? You
You have
can't
to
get
clean
a
up
puppy.
after him.
He's really there's a lot of work.
A lot of responsibility.
You know,
Misfit,
life won't be the
how
same.
do you think he holds to Illyria?
Oh.
You know, it still felt like something has been missing. It's not the same, but he kind of reminds me, you know?
Are you sure it's not the items we took? I mean,
It's
those were
partly
kind
the items we took. That was just a bonus.
Yeah.
Misfit? Even Illyria had difficulties with some of the dangers we've encountered.
I think if we leave him, he's probably going to be eaten by those dogs.
That's only if he goes back to the cave. But by the sounds of it, he has, his boss lives here. So he may be able to help Mr. Bonds.
No. Hear from like a window above you.
Hey, you.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Hey, you. See the world. Eat people.
No, we're working on that. It's meet new people.
Have you ever met a goblin that wants to see the world before? Because I haven't.
I don't know. We didn't stop to ask all of the ones that were decapitated.
I just kind of shrug.
Those goblins are not like Heyu. And not just because Heyu still has a head, but because Heyu is a thinker. And he points to his stomach.
Everybody deserves a chance.
I'm worried you're going to get attached and he's going to get himself killed. And you're going
It's
to be
too late
emotionally
for that.
devastated.
At this point, he's like eyeballing the horses.
No.
He's kind of like poking their thighs with a stick.
Can I slap his hand?
Your technology's so smart. They bring you there, and then you can eat them once you get there.
No, we don't eat the horses.
No, you only eat them once they get old and die.
Ah.
I have no response to that one.
Oh, level.
This one almost dead? And he pokes one of the horses.
No.
No, they're all healthy.
And he just pats it soon.
Although I'd be careful around them, they have a habit of kicking.
Hey, you, it's expert. And he slaps on the button. He gets kicked in the head.
Instantly dies. No.
Well, that lasted long.
But imagine though.
He is knocked out
So,
cold.
Misfit, what's the next pet that you intend to adopt?
I got you, buddy.
Serena, he's already attached. He needs to learn.
Wait, no.
So he
I
got
don't have any
knocked
healing
out.
spells.
He's just knocked out. He's not like dying. He just got knocked out from the horse.
He's got a big red mark, green mark. What color is a goblin bruise?
He's got like
Purple?
it's slightly indented a little bit, like into the skull.
It's okay. He can walk.
He'll be
off.
fine.
Serena, he'll need to learn.
With a goblin?
Would you rather he learn from someone else? Or
Misfit, are you going to hold responsibility for his actions?
Hey,
Lou has a feeling of dread.
Mm-hmm.
he's just like rolling on the ground, holding his head.
See, look, he's already learning.
So he's not unconscious?
Not anymore. He seems to be kind of coming to. And he just like looks about for a second. Who you?
Well, that's slightly fortuitous.
I was hoping he'd have like got a personality disorder, like, say chaps, who are you? He's like an English butler now or something.
Gosh.
What you do
Crumpets
here?
by the campfire.
You okay, bud? Hey, you?
He like, who, me?
Yes, you.
He just kind of looks over you. Who you?
I'm Misfit. That horse hit you kind of hard, huh?
You his henchman?
No.
And he just kind of like struts up to you and sticks his chest out. Good henchman. Me, boss.
No.
I can't see this not going well.
Misfit, I can only see it not going well.
You don't have an imagination.
I'm gonna pick him up. All right, boss. Do you want to
He
ride
slaps
top
your
of the
hand.
cart?
He slaps
Oh.
your hand as you try to grab him. Me giant. Me carry meself.
Okay.
And he like he walks big, but he's still very tiny, and he just kind of like lumbers slowly towards the cart. You get me?
Oh,
There
this is
might be
gonna
something wrong with him.
This is
I
going
think
to
he
be.
has brain damage.
This is going to be
I mean-
great.
He got kicked in the head by a horse. He's lucky to be alive, let alone just.
He thinks he's a giant.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
this
be
is gonna
fine.
be this is gonna be great.
Oh, for the love of.
Serena, you're gonna have if you worry about it too much, you're gonna have an aneurysm.
Do you need help? Did he get kicked again?
Did he get kicked again?
You just look over there. Apparently, he ran over and bit another horse.
All right, I'm gonna try and grab the goblin.
Did he get kicked unconscious again?
Yeah, now he's unconscious.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pick up the goblin and throw him in the cart.
Just gonna like throw him in the back.
No, he's not coming in here. He smells like sewage.
Prestidigitation.
Put him on top.
I'll throw him in the trunk.
Where'd you put him?
Fine.
I'll hand him to Misfit. Misfit, you're responsible for him.
I do a little salute, and then I heft him over my shoulder, and I climb up top.
All right.
So we should just dump him off in the forest. Let him go back to his cave.
Let Misfit raise him, and he'll either learn
It's not a
life.
child.
It may be now.
It's kind of like it's got the strength of a child.
It's a goblin, and it just bit our horse.
Probably won't do it again.
The odds
No,
are
it's certainly
stupid.
going to do it again.
Mom and Dad are fighting.
Yes, I know it's
Yeah,
going to do it again.
And they're fighting over something you did.
I brought a puppy home, and they didn't like it.
Mom got mad.
It was all alone on the street.
If
It was not alone. You took it from the rest of its clan.
it continues to be a problem, we'll talk more about it. Okay?
Is this kind of like how you just kind of stood there and let Misfit reach up and knock a giant gem down?
Guys, I can hear you, you know.
Oh, they know.
We hopped in the car. Enough of that
I mean, there are
armored.
windows on the cart as well.
I forgot, this isn't the armored cart. It's probably not as soundproof.
Yes, you can hear us.
All right. So as you guys get on the cart and you start making your way to Lenore,
Sure, the argument
That's
probably.
about 10 minutes into the trip, Misfit, you're sitting there and you kind of like go to check on the goblin, and he is cold to the touch.
Oh. See, that took care of it.
I just kind of freeze out as the cart is rolling. And I brush a hand over his forehead.
He's stiff. He's dead.
Waiting for it.
I pick him up and I hop off the back of the cart.
Do we
Miss it?
feel the shift in weight as he jumps off?
Bob, hold up.
Bob, halt the wagon.
Get off.
And you look at him, and he just looks like he kind of just seized up and his heart gave out.
Misfit?
Lou will walk up. You gonna be okay?
I walk off into the woods, and I come back a couple minutes later, empty-handed.
I was like, you come back with another compliment?
I come back with a fresh one.
Found a new one.
Oh,
I got a new one. No.
Are you gonna be alright?
I just shrug. Climb back on the cart.
As you guys proceed on your journey towards Lenore, you probably do you want to travel through the night and get there late, or do you want to stop partway between?
I need to get sleep if I want to be any useful.
I should be
So
able to
here's a
take
good
short
question.
rests in the back of the cart, correct?
It depends. They would have to stop moving just so everyone could kind of rest for a long period of time. It's not really like a super long. Like you could get there before you pull off a short rest easily.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
as
so
far
I
as-
can get my spells back.
Yeah. This will kind of take him into the night though too. So just as far as getting your sleep for the day.
I was just
But
looking
up
at
to
the
you guys.
warlock being able to get their spell slots back for a short rest.
Oh yeah, no, you can get that back super easy. But this is more to see if you guys actually make the journey late into the night, or if you stop and complete the rest of it tomorrow. You're 3 days away.
During the trip, I want to.
No,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ari.
I was gonna say we'll go all the way to Lenore. People need baths.
As
This
you
cart
cross
probably
the
does not
midnight
smell very
hour,
good.
Misfit, that necklace is getting real bright these days.
Yep.
So I was gonna say during our travel, and I'm just gonna regale some stories of things that I've either found on research missions, or not missions, but just during research, tales I've come across, or things I've learned from different ruin areas. And one I kind of highlight is about Golden Skull. Nothing special about it, just except being a golden skull of modest value, and I would love to have one for a collection.
Okay.
As he's talking, I'm just laying on the top of the cart, looking up at the moon. And I rub my eye, and I reach into my bag, and I pull out the little golden skull I have. I tilt it back and forth.
Do I notice it?
Are you
I'm-
inside or outside the cart?
I'm on top of the cart.
the only thing I would have made a conscious choice of is I'm sitting as far away from Bob as possible.
Bob's
Are-
sleep on top of the cart, like he rests against the bench with his crossbow nearby. It's not the same. He looks really uncomfortable too. Like he had a groove in his, and like he just can't get comfortable in this strange cart. Like it just doesn't feel right.
Doesn't have his butt groove in it.
Nope. Alright, what else you guys do?
Blue's gonna try and get some rest.
I think this is on the travels too, Lenore.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't say
I'm
anything,
aware.
but I'm gonna hold. Is there a window in the cart?
Yeah. There's
I'm
four.
gonna. I
Mhm.
tap the little golden skull against the window.
Clink, clink, clink.
Is that something that I can see now?
Yeah, you're inside, so you can see it. So you start talking about the skull, and then the little skull taps on the window.
Okay, now can I guesstimate like what does it look valuable or anything?
From what it looks like, exactly what you were looking for. It is a gold, jeweled skull.
So my eyes kind of enlarge and I try to like immediately like kind of cover that up. I'm like, that's fantastic. Where did you get that?
I stick my head over, so I'm looking through the window. I got this from a friend.
He's in the shuffle business.
Would you mind if I looked at it?
I guess I don't mind.
Just want to check it out, feel the heft of it, kind of study it, see if it's like, oh, this is fantastic. I would, if you knew where another one of these and I hand it back, I would dearly love to have one of these.
Well, if we're going up north, then I guess we can ask him.
I'd offer to buy it from you, but I have no means for such at the moment. And looking down at the rags I have, empty pockets.
What do you need it for?
Well, one, just the tales that I've heard of such was fascinating, and through the spin a tale of where a lich would use such items to summon, others, undead and things like that. Just fantasy stories, but it's always intrigued me. And then, well, I think it also kind of looked nice as decoration for my staff.
I hold it up again in the moonlight, let it glint. And I hand it back down to Marius.
I cannot.
You can have it if you want.
I have no means to offer you compensation for such an item.
Oh, that's okay. I think I'm learning to let things go.
Oh no.
It's okay. I insist.
You broke
Well,
misfit.
thank you. I will try to repay you if whenever I can, or if there's anything I can do for you. Or if you wish to have it back, just ask. Thank you.
Okay. Hmm.
And then I'll study it and look at it and try to after a while, look for a spot and a way to attach it onto my staff where it looks cool.
Yeah. So you
I got it from my friend Douglas. Hopefully he'll be in Bayside. He's pretty cool.
All right. As you guys go to sleep, Marius, kind of weird. You haven't been traveling with a lot of people in a while. You've kind of been more by yourself. So it's almost kind of like nice to be able, like, you feel comfortable, but it's just weird being around people. And every time you like start to get close to sleep, like you hear like these strange whispers.
I look at like others around me to see if it looks like they've noticed the sound or anything like that.
No, everyone else seems to be resting or just kind of like staring out the window. No one else seems to hear it but you.
Have I encountered such before? Or is this familiar to me or something new?
You've had experiences in the past, but nothing quite like this.
I'm going to try to close my eyes and concentrate on the whispering to see if I can focus in to make out what's being said. Or
kind of focus in for a minute and it kind of gets quiet. And there's like a little bit of coastal rain kind of happening at the moment too. And you kind of close your eyes and just sit there for a second. It must be the rain. Like, I'm tired. I haven't really eaten well. And you just kind of go to close your eyes. And then I'll send you a whisper. Hold 1 second.
Ooh, whispers.
Discord for the stream snipers.
Oh, I almost said it too.
That's not in your stream.
That laugh says otherwise.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I probably should be, but I'm not.
Gotta boost those numbers.
Yeah, get it up there to maybe 2 viewers. Oh no, I am 2, so maybe 3.
Oh man. Also, it's hard to read the text box on a stream sometimes if you don't like go full screen on it. But that's not an excuse to not keep it out of you know.
Specifically my view.
Oh yeah. You and all your notes.
All right. We travel through the night.
Also, out of curiosity.
Huh?
Is Dustin in the cart or on the cart?
Up to him.
I'd probably be like hanging off the back, kinda. I wouldn't need to be inside.
Mm.
So like I'm not on the roof with Misfit, but I'm kind of like standing with like my arms on it. Yeah, that seems right.
Okay.
As you guys begin to approach the outskirts of Lenore, you can kind of see off in the distance the familiar site of the funeral sites where the hunters were buried. As you kind of approach in, remembering the poor people who kind of fell in that process. But as we approach, that is where we'll end tonight and pick up next time.
Okay.
Well played, people. And that was a great piece of suggestion. That if he would have been a little bit further away, I don't know if you guys would have been able to stop him.
It was like the one
Yeah,
useful
probably.
No, that was impressive.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick some things that are like I have some that are very obvious. Trying to pick things that are also more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Have a good night for anybody
Everything
watching.
Serena does is subtle.